Joanna Ezrin. I'm going to be introducing a piece by Wynn-Anne Rossi from this Música Latina Book 3. And it is called Estrellas en el Cielo, which means stars in the sky. This is a perfect learning piece for students as far as talking about wrist rotation, a little bit of complex rhythm, pedal technique, and it has rhythm workshops that break down some of the challenging spots. So I'm going to perform the piece first and then talk about some of the analysis and some of the tools that one can use in teaching this. Thing that I would approach for a student is the technique of wrist rotation. I think this gives such a beautiful opportunity for a student to learn how to draw circles with their right wrist. Starting from the first measure, so you're going down, under, across, and over. So I would teach the right hand this way so that they can get a very loose, relaxed wrist while they're performing. And they can connect the notes beautifully, and they can get a very lyrical tone this way. The other thing that I would talk about is that the chords in the left hand are made up of all second inversion triads. This is a perfect theory opportunity for students to realize that the upper note in the interval of the fourth names the triad. So the very first triads in the right hand, A major, second inversion, down a whole step to G major, second inversion, down another whole step to F major, second inversion, and back up to G major, second inversion, A major, second inversion. So it's really going back and forth with the triads. The next section, starting at measure 7, begins everything a whole step lower. G major, second inversion, down a whole step to F major, second inversion, down a whole step to E flat major, second inversion, and of course back up to F major, second inversion, and G major, second inversion. This is going to help the student not only learn about second inversion triads and the theory, but it's also going to help them with their memory, because all they have to do is remember that each triad is going down a whole step, 3 in a row, and then back up. So now, if you go to the top of the page, there is an exercise called Rhythm Workshop. It addresses the rhythm in measures 4 to 5. This is a Latin syncopated type of rhythm, and you get to tap this out with both of your hands on your lap. It suggests that the student do this 3 times a day. So the first rhythm exercise starts like this. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So doing it 3 times. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. The next rhythm exercise addresses the rhythm challenges in measures 13 to 14. Now this actually gives a sneak peek at the beginnings of what a clave rhythm would be. A Latin clave rhythm is 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. This is 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. It breaks it down a little bit more for the student to be able to digest. So again, it's done 3 times. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this gives you a sneak peek into the rhythmic challenges of measures 4 to 5 and 13 to 14. I'm going to play measures 4 to 5 for you right now. So as you recall, the rhythm was 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So playing it, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. The rhythm challenge in measures 13 to 14 was 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will play that for you. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it is really of note that in these measures, for example, measure 14, the notes are stacked in quartal harmony, in fourths. So it's almost like you are actually almost tuning the guitar. Not quite, because we've got the A, D, C, G, C, F. A, D, G, C, F. Now rearranged, we've got the A here, the D here, the G, the C, and the F. So it's here. Some of them actually do have the intervallic relationship of a guitar being tuned. And that would be E, A, D, G, B. And you can find this in measures 3 and 4. You've got E, A, D, G, B. E, A, D, G, B in measures 3 and 4. But it's rearranged with the D, G, B, E, A. So this gives you also an idea of what quartal harmony is all about. So this is utilized quite a bit in the piece. Now the last challenge I would think that would be very educational for a student is the pedaling. You're not only just pedaling on beat 1, 1 and 2, but also on the and of beat 2, 3, 4. So it goes 1 and 2, change, 3, 4. I would just isolate one measure at a time to work on this because it happens repeatedly throughout the piece. You have it also in measure 7, 1 and 2, and 3, 4. In measure 8, change and 2, change, 3, 4. So there is one more element I think that is educational for the student. There's a little bit of rubato. We have a fermata at the end of measure 18 where we're building up. 17 to 18 goes like this. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what do we do when we're leading into a fermata? That's the question. We don't suddenly just stop on that chord. We have to add some kind of a weight so it's not breaking quickly. So I would say add a little weight before that beat 3 chord that has the fermata. So 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming out of the fermata, I would ease into the a tempo. So at measure 19, I would start a little gradually and then get back up to tempo. That makes the fermata have some relevance to the piece. So starting at measure 18, which is the measure with the fermata, and coming out of it in measure 19, you'll hear 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now back up to tempo. And 3 and 4 right here with the wrist rotation. And wrist rotation. Now, this is going to be softer for the final line. It starts piano and it diminuendos down to pianissimo. A perfect opportunity for a student to easily push down the una corda pedal on the last 2 measures. So here we go. The last 4 measures are 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3. There's a retard written here. Una corda, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2. Include the retard in the counting on the final chord. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Fade out and slowly release the chord as well as your pedal simultaneously, and you'll get a beautiful release. So I hope that this is a wonderful introduction to a fabulous set of Latin pieces that have many educational elements in them. Thank you.